Thank you, Ron Key. Good morning, everybody. I am filling in for our board chair, Christine Benz, who is out. So I would like to welcome everybody to the April 30th CTECS board meeting and call the meeting to order at 9:33 a.m. Ron Key, can you please take attendance?
Good morning. Mr. Lavoy.
Present.
Mr. Alker.
I see him. He's on mute.
Yeah, sorry, present.
Good morning. Mr. Birch.
Good morning. Present.
Mr. Coyne.
Here. Morning.
Mr. Gilday. Good morning.
Here.
Mr. Hall. Mr. Norton. Dr. Valeries.
I am here. Sorry, Ronky.
Good morning.
All set?
And Dr. Birch. Are all set.
Okay, great. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is public comment. Is it public participation? Is there anybody here for public comment or public participation?
Not today.
Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to consideration of the minutes. So I'd like to ask for a motion to accept the minutes of March 26th.
So move, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Great. Any discussion, changes to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions?
Me.
Okay. Sean is abstained, not at the meeting.
Correct.
Right. Okay. Now time for the committee reports. First up is business and industry. So Mr. Gilday, you have a business and industry committee report, please?
Yes, I'm sure Pat will pick it up from here. I will just say we did have our business and industry meeting. We did talk about the committee descriptions and objectives, which I'm sure will be a presentation a little bit. And then Pat Charliglio just gave an amazing performance and overview of our adult apprenticeship program, which I'm sure is a lead in for him to do similar here today. So there you go.
Thank you very much. I'll get right into the sharing here. I think this is a smaller version than what was initially presented, just a bifurcated version for time purposes. But so yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about the apprenticeship related instruction program that we offer at night at CTECS at 7 locations. This program I'm really happy to be a part of because it actually aligns directly with our strategic operating plan goal 3, which is providing more access to CTE to Connecticut residents and learning opportunities. So I think it's a great program, really affordable. So we're going to start with the first slide. Can you all see this?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So CTECS offers adult apprenticeship coursework in the licensed occupational trades. They're available at 7 locations across the state. We actually also have the 2-tier online delivery system that we've been introducing and piloting over the last few years. It's fully rolled out now, so I'm really happy about that. So we're 1 district with 7 locations, meaning that students receive a transcript from all 7. If they take classes at all 7 locations, they could actually have 1 transcript that identifies where the students took the courses. So that makes it really easy for the students to compile their coursework. Offerings continue to expand based on our sister agency needs and business and industry needs. So example is the barbering and hairdressing programs we're now offering. That's a direct request from our sister agency at Department of Labor Office of Apprenticeship Training. And I'm happy that we're offering those classes and they're filling up pretty well. We're also adding offerings based on our other sister agency, Consumer Protection. So they asked us to do coursework for the SM4 limited sheet metal license and also the operating OE2, which is a boilermaker license that DCP wanted to have coursework in. So we were able to accommodate that this year. And we're the only school in the school system in the state offering those 2 programs right now. And so this shows our ability to pivot quickly based on our needs from stakeholders and business industry folks. So CTECS is expanding in other areas of CTE as well. So you'll see in this presentation that we're also doing welding this year. We started in spring semester over at Norwich Tech. been really successful. And for next school year, Mr. Parmalu and myself are working on expanding into the manufacturing realm. So we're working on content right now. We're meeting with business and industry folks to solicit what their needs are. We actually did that yesterday, and we're pretty excited about that. So the next slide goes over, was a question from the first meeting we had, the outreach meeting. So currently we have 1,394 students enrolled in our apprentice extension courses. They're broken down into percentages. I have you here. So barbering and HBC, it's a new program, but we have 5% of our total population is enrolled in these two programs. Heating and cooling is 25%, plumbing 30%, and electrical is 40%. So it's amazing how the numbers are pretty round. It just ended up that way. So we have 557 students. You can see here in this little pie chart how so broken down. Electrical, just by the nature of it, that the most licensed holders in I think occupational trade are in the electrical field. So they have way more. I think we have way more electricians than we have HVAC and plumbing combined. So that's why the reason for having this in place. So we also have you can see our numbers for hairdressing, our numbers for plumbing, and our numbers for HVAC there. And then we also have total course registrations, which I'm really happy to report on. I'm going to give a shout out to Stephanie Kilburn over in data. She was able to get this for me like last minute. So it's 3,526 course registrations for the school year. That's amazing, because when I started in this position, 2014, we had less than half. We had 37% of that number. So we had 1,324 course registrations. So we're growing. I mean, and it shows that we're doing a pretty decent job, like offering more services and more ease of access. So just meeting that goal 3 of our strategic plan. Can you all hear me? Okay.
Mhm.
So slide 3. So we have a new pilot for this year that we're running. So we have spring session B that students will be starting May 5th on Monday, I believe. And it's filling up. We're almost at capacity. This is just a glimpse of what the fall catalog is going to look like. We're piloting it for spring. You can see the courses are all going to be dropped down, and a little explanation of the course when you click on it. And this is live right now on our website. If you go to the presentation that I sent out, that link will take you right to this page, and you can kind of see a little description about the programs that we're offering. And we're offering this to our current CTECS students just to dip our toe in the water in this accelerated semester. It's only 6 weeks long, and we're going to end beginning of June. So it's really fast. June 9th is our last day of classes. So it's a good way if you needed one class to complete to move forward with Department of Labor. This is a great way to do it in less time and get people moving up that career ladder. So big shout out to Nikki, Dr. Menounos on this, helping me, giving me the go ahead for this thing, and very happy with that. Let's see what else we have. Okay, so new for adult ed programming for this school year. Hairdressing is now offered at 3 locations. Again, that's a direct result of our sister agency, Department of Labor, asking for some assistance with this. Again, we have a new web-based grading portal for adult ed learners. So now they just download the app. They can see what their grades are, what their attendance is. It's really neat. We're moving into the 21st century with this stuff. We have a new outreach communication tool that connects directly with the portal. So if there's a school closure, some kind of emergency, and no electricity, no heat, maybe a water main break over at Abitech that happened this year, and we're able to easily reach out to the students to let them know that the classes will be suspended for that night. So that's our data unit. So Stephanie, again, she's big help with this. We're piloting a new learning management system. So that's going to connect directly with our grading portal. And so assignments for the asynchronous folks that we'll talk about in a couple slides down will, as students complete modules, the grades will automatically be entered into the portal. So it's pretty neat. And I mentioned before about the new offerings in heating and cooling, and of course, hairdressing is our new addition. So I'm pretty excited about. This is over Norwich Tech. I took a little picture of it when I was there a couple weeks ago, and we set up some welding booths. We're doing some hands-on on-ground training, and this course filled up. It was just like a spur of the moment thing. Just goes to show you how we could pivot pretty quickly here at CTECS, and we have a great teacher there. He's really vested. He helped build all those welding booths. That's just half of them, and we're able to get some adult ed funds to purchase all the materials and all the welding apparatus that is needed for the class. The students love this course, so I'm hoping to expand it across the district. Another thing that we're looking at doing is our expansion to the manufacturing realm. We want to dig our heels in and start moving forward with manufacturing. We're going to pilot it at Kaner and possibly Bristol Tech, because a lot of the manufacturing needs for the state are right there around the Bristol Tech area. So I think that would be a great thing to do. And then automotive, we're looking to do this is right from industry. They're looking to do some automotive programming to get adults, underemployed and unemployed individuals into the automotive programs. There's such a need there. So we're going to be offering some hands-on labs and theory for automotive there at Port Havens. So that's new. This is all like going to be new for next year, except for the welding, which is currently in place. So the next slide is really we expanded the way we deliver curriculum. So we've been doing tier 1 delivery for forever, since I was teaching in the program, and that was a long time ago. But that was the traditional on ground from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock at night. You go to a school, you register, you take the courses, one course a week, one class a week for that course for 12 weeks. So we still do that, and that's a lot of people still like that system. But then during COVID, we pivoted to do a synchronous. So I work with Mr. Birch over at Department of Labor, and we worked on developing like some synchronous online courses. So that's so you still log in from 6 to 9 on the day that the traditional courses are being given, and you get content that way. But now we moved into tier 3, which is really exciting. Prince Tech and Eli Whitney have been piloting this for the last few years, and we're at a point now where we can roll out district-wide, and that all the courses that I'll show you in the next slide are going to be available through this delivery system. This has been really popular. I think this is one of the reasons of why our numbers, we went from like 1,300 to over 3,500 students because of things that of this nature that we're doing. So this slide here shows you all the courses that we are offering. So there's a lot of different pathways. We have the barbering and now new hairdressing, and all the highlighted items are what are new for this year. So hairdressing is brand new. Electrical, we have the standard 5 pathways. We have the E2, which is your unlimited license, and then we have all the limited licenses that fall beneath it. Heating and cooling, we offered a SM4, which is down at the lower, it's part of the sheet metal part. OE2 is operating engineers, so that we're offering 9 pathways in heating and cooling. It goes from your S2, which is your unlimited version, all the way to your limited, which is your B2, like it's a 1-year program. Plumbing is a P2 all the way down to your P8, which is 5 pathways. And then sheet metal, we traditionally did this SM2, which is your unlimited sheet metal workers license in Connecticut, but now we also offer SM4, which is more of a residential. A lot of industry folks want to register their apprentices into the SM4 because it's a quicker turnaround time to get folks registered and moving up the career pathway, up the career ladder, I should say. So again, the highlighted are the new endorsements that we're offering for this school year. And then coming soon is the fall manufacturing program at Bristol and Kaner. We're going to fully roll out the online grading and the asynchronous platform. We're also doing we want to dip our toes into a cohort type model, and then the expansion of program offerings. I think this would be ideal for us to move forward in that arena. And I want to give some shout outs. I think our next one is thanks to our partners at Department of Labor, Consumer Protection, the management team. Without the management team, let me spread my wings, none of this would be happening. Dr. Munoz and the team there, I'd like to thank. And then we also, at the last board meeting, we mentioned some needs. So credit card, definitely we need. to accept to expand offerings. Ability to rehire retirees is a bottleneck for us because we have a lot of teachers that retire during the day that would be great. They actually want to work at night. So if we could like look at that bottleneck to see how we could overcome that. Pay scale when you compare to our competitors I know it's all in bargaining agreements, but if we could do something about like boosting that so we could attract more talent and then offering more programming that would mirror our day programs like the Bristol Tech model. So those are just some of the needs that we were asked for. So that's what they are. So if you have any questions, I'm here for that. I can stop presenting.
Pat, that's a great update. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Anybody have questions for Pat as it relates to?
Dr.
Kelly?
Valeri?
This is Kelly.
Yep.
I just wanted to say thank you very much. I think this is fantastic. We were at a meeting at Grasso Tech on Friday showing off the MAC Center to about 11 legislators. And there was some conversations around how the CTECS schools used to be fully utilized in the evenings many years back. And so it's great to see that momentum moving back into this expansion of the adult programs. Happy to see it going into manufacturing. You know, ideally, we'd get people in there every night and fill the school back up. I also did want to mention that there is a huge demand for the aerospace technician program that you have. I know we've had some conversations with Alice. We have Bombardier, who's like needing to expand. And I believe that we've been working with you all on including that program in an evening class in the accelerator fund that OWS is about to launch. And we'll have $5 million to put into that fund to get it started. And this fund, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, is legislatively mandated. We'll be using $5 million of bond dollars that we currently have authorized. And what we'll do is we've chosen a very few occupations that have a high starting wage. And so this fund is for folks who do not meet the eligibility for WIOA or some of those other free tuition free programs, but still don't meet the threshold to be able to pay for those programs. So we would pay for that up front for them, provide a full suite of wraparound services. They would then be required to start paying back that at a 0% interest rate when they hit $50,000 a year. So we're excited to be launching that hopefully in the fall and having the aerospace technician program as a starting point, and then being able to think about how we might be able to support with other funding to pay for faculty to expand the program for you. So happy to do that.
Awesome. Any other questions, feedback?
No, Karen, I think it's great. I think, we're really need these types of opportunities for adults. So I think this is fabulous and certainly will complement a lot of what we're doing with our centers as well. So kudos to all of you. This is really a great next step.
Agreed. Well said. Well said. Okay, next up is approval of the committee descriptions and objectives. Ronki, who has the committee objectives and descriptions?
Sure. Jen, would you like to talk about what we talked about in committee, or I'm happy to take it?
I'm fine with you presenting. I'm sure everyone.
Sure. So at the beginning of the school year, we came up with our 2 committees and we gave tasks and objectives of the committees. And I'm going to share my screen now so we can see. Please let me know when it's up.
Not yet. Oh, there it is. It's there.
All right, thank you. So these are our objectives of the committee, and it just aims to share the expectation of the committee's in-purpose of support of CTECS as we move forward with opportunities and workforce development for the students and adult learners of the state of Connecticut. In this document here, we've identified key areas of community outreach, community engagement, and advocacy. And this is just the language that we will utilize as we move forward to target topics and agendas to make sure we're in alignment with supporting CTECS and its mission. So at this time, we just need, go ahead,
Yep.
Paul.
Yeah, no, this is great. Thank you so much. So I need to bring this to the floor. So I need a motion to bring the Business and Industry Committee descriptions and objectives to the floor?
So moved, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, hearing none, all approved? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Excellent. Thank you. That passes. Mr. Norton, please provide an update of the career pathways.
Thank you so much, Paul. Welcome, everybody. It's great to see you all this morning. And in the interest of time, we have a wonderful presentation that will be delivered to you by Dr. Menounos and Mr. Sanchez on CTECS AP, or Advanced Placement, ECE, which is largely a UConn affiliated program for early credit, and pre-AP coursework. So without further ado, I will turn it over to Dr. Menounos and Mr. Sanchez.
Thank you, Mr. Norton. Just before we start our presentation, we're going to be talking about ECE and AP. For ECE, the early college experience, to have a teacher teach this course, they have to have a master's in their content area. And for the accelerated placement, AP, advanced placement course, teachers have to have training to teach these courses. So I just want to say there are prerequisites to this coursework. And this will be just a quick overview of these programs that we offer currently at CTECS. Mr. Sanchez?
Good morning to all. Thank you for having me here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to present or share the PowerPoint presentation that I have here on file. Let's see if I have find it. Oh, shoot. Branko, you might have to help me again like last year, like last week. Do you have it? Okay. All right. Can you make that? Okay, great. All right, can we all see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So before I start with the presentation, I just want to introduce myself. This first time I have the pleasure of presenting to the board. So my name is Sadi Sanchez. I'm supervisor of mathematics for the district. I also oversee the operations involving AP, ECE, and pre-AP courses at CTECS. And I'm going to be very proud to say that I've been in this district for 24 years as a teacher, and the last 3 years, almost 3 years now, as a supervisor. So I'm very happy to be here, and thank you for the invitation. So today I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the AP, ECE, and pre-AP program. And I just want to say by saying that in my mind, I have come to learn that CTECS is, in my opinion, the original school of choice. And also by definition, the original magnet school in Connecticut, because we our students, are required to meet standards, in both the academic and the trade. So in my mind, that makes us one of the original magnet schools. So the AP, ECE, and pre-AP courses at CTEC, they obviously have some key benefits, but the beauty about this is that these benefits directly support the vision of the graduate, and you're going to see in a minute how that is. So the benefits of AP, ECE, and pre-AP courses is that it allows students to take college level classes while still in high school. The rigor associated with these courses prepare our students for what comes next, whether these are students that want to pursue a college track, or if they want to pursue a trade track. So that's important to underline. Also, the skills that are gained through these courses directly, like I said a minute ago, directly support critical components of the vision of graduate. For example, AP courses, ECE and pre-AP, develop that critical thinking, develop time management for students, as well as teachers, and also problem solving. And those correlate directly with the problem solver, critical thinker, and work ready of the vision of the graduate. There's a bullet on the work ready, which talks about time management. And, this is a connection between the vision of the graduate and the opportunities that are presented through these high level courses. Again, we're preparing students for college and future careers. Even if they don't meet those passing scores, they are being exposed to high rigor, which is, in my opinion, is always good. Students obviously have the possibility of earning college credits, and again, that is through the examinations that they have to go through. Currently, we have 16 schools in our district that are offering some sort of AP, ECU, or pre-AP courses. Again, we have 17 schools, 16 of them are doing it right now. The only school that is not doing it now, and we're working on that, is CTECS. CTECS in the past has offered these type of courses, but due to some personal movement, they're currently not there. But we're looking to implement some sort of high rigor level of like the ones described in the AP, EC, and pre-AP. But that's good. 16 out of 17 is a very good ratio, in my opinion. And in fact, I want to highlight that actually all of the Title I schools are offering these type of courses, which talks about the equity of bringing rigor to all schools in our district. You see to the right of that previous slide, you saw all the courses that we offer, and they're very comprehensive and something that I think the district should be proud of. I always give kudos to the teachers because these teachers are highly motivated, very committed to the success of our students, and they work hand in hand. We got to remember that 99% of the students who are taking these courses are either juniors and seniors, and they do this under a 90-day type of curriculum. So in order to fill that gap, teachers come up with unique ways of making sure that students are supported throughout the year, even when they are in the trade cycle as well. And as you can see, the list of courses is pretty ample. Historically, for the past 5 years now, 6 years now, we have grown CTE AP participation. Now, this is strictly AP. And in 2020, that's as far as I can go, we started with 110 students. Currently, we have 300 students. So we have grown, the district has grown the participation by 200%, tripling that of, the initial data that I have of 110, 330. So I predict that as we go on, these numbers are going to keep increasing because schools are very proactive in making sure that we identify students that can meet or want to take these courses. All right. Next slide, please. So currently for this year, we have 327 students that have sign up for AP courses. You see all the courses and the schools on the top. I must say that historically Norwich has been the leader in terms of signing up students for AP. Same thing goes for Kaner and other schools that I'm going to list in a moment. So the participation is there and it's growing. And I think we should be happy about this. Next slide, please. Brunke, can you go to the next slide? Okay, thank you. ECE participation, thank you for that. Again, we have 531 students that are currently taking ECE courses. As it was mentioned a moment ago, most of these courses are through UConn. However, we are looking into other schools. Southern Connecticut State University is interested in providing ECE college algebra, and O'Brien Tech is looking to pilot that next school year. And that's a significant course because many of the students that go to college for non-STEM degrees do require at least one credit of math, and usually that credit is college algebra. So, I'm going to be monitoring this course because it might be beneficial as we go on, in the coming years. So pre-AP, ECE college algebra is one that we're looking for. For next year, if you can go to the next slide, we have schools that are going to be looking into adding courses to the roster. Grasso Tech is has been very aggressive in pursuing additional AP and ECE courses. Right now, I believe they offer one course, which is environmental science. Mr. Mello, the new principal there, and I met earlier this year, and he wants to add more. And these are the 5 courses that he wants to add. Abbott Tech, the same thing. They want to introduce ECE Intro to Academic Writing, and I believe that is a course through Western Connecticut State University. So we're building relationship not just with UConn, but also with the other state university, including Sacred Heart University as well. Vinyl Tech is looking into adding popular music and diversity course. Pat Tech is looking to add ECE Art. And that is through, I believe, through Southern Connecticut State University. Actually, no, my apology. That's through UConn. O'Brien is looking to add 3 components, ECE Physics, ECE College Algebra. And again, that one is through Southern Connecticut. And then Wright Tech, I just learned this yesterday. Wright Tech is looking into adding AP Spanish. Not sure, not sure exactly. That's in the works, so I don't know how many students are going to be applying for this course, but this is something that Wright Tech is trying to do for next year. And again, this is through College Board as well. Next slide, and I think that's it for slides. I do have additional data, but I was wondering if anyone had any questions regarding the overview that I just presented.
Thank you very much. That's great. Kelly?
Thank you. Sorry for monopolizing today.
No.
Thank you so much. That's fantastic. It's really important that students have the ability to earn those college credits. I did put in the chat the 2 slides that are an overview of the governor's bills on dual and concurrent enrollment and on the implementer. And Keith, you could probably talk more about this than I. But I think, we're trying to get some real foundational work done so that we can make it easier to have these arrangements with universities in the school systems. But we also want to pay attention to the coursework that is dual credit that is within their content area. So if they're taking engineering or IT or manufacturing, we would love them to be able to take AP classes in those technical content areas as well. And the work that we've been doing with State Department of Ed and the CSCU system is to build an easier linkage and pathways for those students to be able to access those. So we'd love to, continue to have conversations on how we can add those courses in with the gen ed courses as well. Thank you for all that work.
Thank you.
Keith?
What you use in your school.
Hi, thank you, Kelly, for bringing up those important points and putting those documents into the chat. And indeed, the governor, this is a priority of the governor. He's made that very clear. And as a matter of fact, not only is there legislation to improve the system by which we deliver dual and concurrent enrollment to our students, he's actually backed it up with money. There's $7.5 million in his budget. In the Appropriations Committee budget, there's $6 million in fiscal year 27 for my agency to help roll out funding so that this becomes more affordable for students. In addition, we, as Kelly mentioned, have been working very closely with CT State. They are trying to roll out a very robust dual and concurrent enrollment program. They are centralizing it so that Our districts don't have to work with each campus individually with separate processes. As a matter of fact, I believe at the June meeting of the Board of Regents, they'll be voting on a new process where there's one central application. Dr. Karen Hynek, the provost over at CT State, has been doing yeoman's work in trying to bring this together and actually stepping up in that area to provide more opportunities for students to take advantage of early credit. I mean, look, these are great programs that offer students opportunities that might not have been available otherwise for them to take college level courses, to realize that they can do this sort of work and that it's not just a dream. It also provides opportunities for students to take courses that are directly tied into a specific career pathway. And so that there will be courses that are offered which allows students upon graduation from high school to get their industry recognized credential that's needed to go get a productive, well-paying job, whether they keep going to pursue higher education or not. So CTECS is off to a wonderful start, and we're looking forward to helping expand a lot of these fantastic programs.
Mr. Norton, thank you. And as usual, Dr. Valeris is always ahead of us. Next month, Dr. Valeris, we are hoping to present a presentation on our agreement with CT State. We've been doing a lot of prepping with our central office staff on the rollout. So Mr. Hussey, who oversees that articulation, will be ready to present in the May meeting, hopefully, if there's room on the agenda.
Cal, did you have your hand up or no? I saw it go up and down. Okay, Todd?
Yeah, I just want to add on the industry recognized credential part and issuance and such. With regard to a majority of the trades that are overseen by Mr. Charliglio, the Office of Apprenticeship has afforded certification as related instruction has been completely satisfied for a registered apprenticeship. So we seem to lose that in the conversation a lot. I wanted originally 10 years ago to start using it as AP or alternative pathway. Well, AP called me and says, don't use our registered trademark because registered apprenticeship is an alternative pathway. That being said, I think it gets lost in the mix that every single graduate has that opportunity on the workplace aspect of it for a identified US DOL and Connecticut DOL credential for certification in the for the world of work. So it gets lost in the fray, and I just wanted to bring that up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Birch. All right, next up is approval of the committee description and objectives. So Ronki, if you can bring that up again for this Career Pathways Committee.
Absolutely.
Keith
So,
or Ronki? Yeah, go ahead, Ronki. You take us through it.
Sure. The Career Pathway Charge is really just an opportunity for expanding career exploration initiatives, secondary and post-secondary partnerships, and work-based learning opportunity for CTECS students. So the objectives of this committee are career exploration, secondary, post-secondary, and trade partnerships, work-based learning, and all of this is really to elevate the current work-based learning programs and recommended strategies to improve partnerships through the Department of Labor and construction trades and unions and skill development advancements throughout the state of Connecticut, as well as leveraging our partnerships and relationships with the Connecticut colleges and universities.
Excellent. Thank you. I need a motion to bring this to the floor.
I have a friendly amendment to add to this, please.
Sure.
Something I had missed earlier.
Go
Due
ahead.
to the fact that we have defined apprenticeship in statute, I am recommending a friendly amendment to preface anywhere where it says apprenticeship with the word registered, please.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, so I need a motion to bring this to the floor in the revised format as suggested by Mr. Birch.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Karen.
Thank you.
Second.
A second. Thank
Second.
you. Any other discussion? All right, hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion passes. Thank you. All right, next up is the report of the executive director. Alice, take it
Thank
away.
you.
Exciting news.
Thank you. So I just have a couple of quick things. Both myself and interim superintendent Burr will keep you to your 1 hour schedule today. But always available should you have other questions. So you have already seen the announcement, but I want to again announce that Mike Crocco will be joining us as our superintendent on May 16th. Special thank you to the search committee for the work that they did to review a number of candidates who came forward and to present those finalists to me for further consideration. So very excited that Mike will be joining us. Also very appreciative that interim superintendent Burr will still be with us so that we can have some transition time in the month of June in particular. Freeman is also leading at the moment already 2 searches we have to fill principal jobs at both Prince Tech and Platt Tech. And so he will stay on to do those things, but also that will give the new superintendent a moment to get their feet wet before they are thrown into the deep end. So very appreciative to Freeman for not just staying on for that additional month and doing additional work, for everything he's done since he joined me in December. Could not have gotten this place stabilized without his help. So very excited about adding Mike Crocco to our team, and looking forward to having some time with him this summer to get to know the principals at our schools, to understand some of the challenges we have, and also to bring some of his experience from both Southington and the New Haven Public Schools in particular to bear on the work that we're doing. So very excited to have made it past that threshold. So excited about that. Wanted to provide you a brief fiscal update. Our budget is, as you all have heard about since the beginning of the school year, still in its deficit position, but we have not gotten worse. So I think that's always a good thing. So we do have, we are managing our budget through the end of the fiscal year. We did have a deficiency appropriation and a hearing before the Finance Committee to explain that. There were no questions. I think both Office of Policy and Management and the legislature are aware that we are still trying to kind of stabilize as an organization and figure out what our cost drivers are. So we anticipate ending the year to the degree that we can with a blank slate, and then starting the next fiscal year. As those of you who watched the legislative session are probably aware, the Appropriations Committee has come out with their budget. We actually had a couple of things go in and out of the budget, but largely we are waiting the process where Appropriations and the Governor's Office and OPM will do all of their negotiations, and again hope to land in a good spot. We don't expect to be necessarily better than the governor's budget, which, if you'll remember from earlier presentations, attempted to make us whole by taking our previous allocations and adding the deficit amount, so that we were kind of operating at the same level. You know, we have let OPM know that you know, flat funding is hard to maintain, that we will have increased fixed costs like heating and air conditioning, as well as some additional kind of unexpected both personnel and operating expense costs. But we're in good communication with them. Very excited to report that our CFO, who's been with us for 2 months, Gennaro DeAngelis, had an opportunity to share some initial analysis with OPM yesterday to tell them kind of how, as we unpack the budget, to help us better understand where we stand and how we move forward. So hoping that we at least are steady as we approach the next year. And then the last thing I just wanted to mention is I am very excited to be approaching my first graduation season, and we will have lots of them at our schools. And Ronki has been organizing that schedule, and we'll be figuring out who from our team will be attending. But I do want to make sure the board members know that you are more than welcome to attend with us. It does not require cap and gowns, and it does not require speaking. Just lets you come and help us celebrate the graduates and the instructors and staff who have made it possible for them to reach this point. So if there's one in your area that you feel like you could pop in, we'd certainly love to have you join the CTECS team on the stage with us. So that's what I was going to report on this morning, quick and dirty. Really looking forward to our May board meeting in person, where we expect to have lots of wonderful things to celebrate. And so hope that you'll mark that on your calendar and join us at Norwich Tech for that event on May 8th. I believe that's the right date. 28th. Sorry, 28th. There we go. Much better. So, Paul, I don't know if you want to. Oh, Jim has his hand.
Yeah, Jim, go ahead.
One brief question. I didn't really understand. Did the approach allocate more than the governor's budget, or was it the same amount? I'm trying to see what I can.
Sorry, I was being coy. More and less all at the same time. So the appropriations budget gave us a bit more in personal services of about $1 million, $1.5 million. But they cut our operating expenses by about $5 million in each of the fiscal years. And again, we think we probably have a misunderstanding of how those resources were used. And so we'll be advocating on that. The other item that they added, which we love the sentiment, not sure about the technicalities of it, but they did set aside resources for us to support adult education, and wanting us to provide more of those opportunities free of charge, like the community colleges are able to offer free of charge. So not sure if that will win the day, but they did put some resources in, which is a signal that they, as they should be, are interested in supporting the adult education programs that we're offering. But the sausage making hopefully will put that operating money back in. And if we could hold on to a little of that PS money, that would certainly be helpful as well.
Thank you much. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Jim. I won't be so coy next time. But that's all I have, Mr. Vice Chair, for today.
Okay. Anything from Freeman? Is Freeman on?
Yes. He has a
Freeman, you have a
well.
interim superintendent report? How are you, Freeman? There he is.
Good morning. I'll try to be brief. But I think the topic I'm going to speak about is an extension of what I mentioned as one of my items last month. In March, we presented to the principals a PowerPoint that basically demonstrated the distinctions between curriculum-related modifications as well as accommodations to student learning that are primarily utilized by our identified students with disabilities, and also are frequently prescribed within individual student IEPs. We have been focused and concentrating on reducing our failure rates. So the two previous topics that were presented by Pat relative to our work-based learning, internship, career opportunities, the pathways, et cetera, as well as the dual credit opportunities for students that Sadi presented. Underlying all of that is student access. And we have to create opportunities for our students to access as much of the curriculum that we have, that we offer in CTECS, both on the academic side and the trade side. A lot of our schools are actually bridging that gap. I think frequently, or maybe historically is a better term, some people looked at CTECS as trade schools solely. Okay, well, if you look at most of our trades, I think we would all agree that there is a consensus that if students are not proficient in certain basic skills, literacy and math skills and basic science skills, that they are going to be compromised when they are working in their trade areas as well. To that end, we did take a survey on schools. We have several schools that are engaged in work in modifying curriculum What's exciting about that, one of the things that I've shared with my central office colleagues here, Nikki, Javette, and Special Ed, is that modifying curriculum and accommodating students within the curriculum um, is not the work of a single department. It's not special education work. It transcends any area. So what we have to do is incorporate the academic content areas as well as the trade areas. We will be holding a curriculum roundtable on Tuesday, May 13th at Wilcox. And we have 7 schools that are engaged in the work. What's exciting to me about those schools is that they have representatives from special education. They have representatives from academic areas. They have representatives from trade areas, all involved in trying to create not only the access aspect to curriculum, but obviously to facilitate student success. That's the bottom line. We want all our students to be successful as they possibly can. And access is certainly part of it, but them actually being successful when they engage in their academic content areas or their trade areas is equally important. So we will have 7 schools that will be preparing PowerPoints because, quite frankly, as a district, we do not have a comprehensive understanding of what each of our schools are doing. And each of our schools, their endeavors cover a variety of areas. For example, they cover literacy, they cover math, they cover science, they cover tech, they cover health, also on the trade side, they cover electrical. So there's a myriad of things going on at the schools. The opportunity for us on this roundtable on May 13th is we will have school-based teams presenting to us the work that they've been involved in. We will have central office representatives from curriculum, from special ed, from the trade areas, and we will get our first opportunity to basically get a comprehensive understanding of the current work that's been going on in individual schools. Keep in mind, we're talking about 7 schools. So only a third of our schools approximately are engaged in this work right now. Yet our special education numbers continue to rise. Our high need populations of students also continue to rise. So we see that this is a great opportunity. It's continuing focused work. It's aligned with our performance expectations, which are embedded in our district accountability plan. So hopefully next month, which would be my last month to do a quick summary report, I'll be able to update you on what we learned from this upcoming session on Tuesday, the 13th. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Freeman. Todd, question?
Sure, thank you. Morning, Freeman. Quick question on that, and thank you for that explanation. As a product of the system and taught in the system, I have a quick question. Is there with this workshop, an intentional contextualization, so to speak, of mathematics between academia and that of the trades? Because that seems to be a bit lacking, has for some time, and it's not anyone's fault. Trigonometry is of major necessity in plumbing, electrical, and definitely manufacturing. Is there part of that conversation to be had during this workshop as an intent? Is my question.
Yeah, we are hopeful that the information that we're gathering from this is going to give us insights, given that some of our schools are such as electrical. I'll use that since you mentioned that, Todd. Electrical in the math department, as well as under the leadership of what I believe a special ed department head, are working on that area. I can't predict ahead of these presentations exactly what each school has been working on I also want to indicate that, we know that this is kind of a gap to us, a blind area from a systemic perspective, if you will. And for us to think about a system-wide approach where we replicate what we see in our schools as best practices, but also leading to implementation systemically, we have to have a clear and full understanding of the work that people have engaged in the school. I think that's where there's been a gap. I may have shared, I know I've shared it internally, so I apologize if I haven't shared it. We got a sense from the Federation, the teachers union, that work was kind of all over the place. And it was, catch as catch can. And one of the requests was, can we stop the work until we get like a cohesive approach? I actually reflected on that, but we declined to stop the work because I think whenever you say you're going to stop work that people have in a good faith effort committed to engaged in, you're kind of dismissing the efforts. So what we did was that's kind of how the roundtable evolved. We decided, hey, we need to get an understanding on what's going on in our schools, even if it's not 17 schools or 21 schools wide. So I think to your point, there's going to be an opportunity to get those kind of insights, what the connections are with respect to academic areas, not only in math, but in literacy, et cetera, in science, and how we can then take what seems to be successful at our schools that individuals have undertaken. And I want to repeat, these are team approaches. So it's trade, academic, and special ed, which is absolutely the approach that needs to be taken if we're going to be successful. So hopefully next month, when I do a quick wrap up on the report, I'll be able to share some of those insights across the trade skills in the specific areas such as math, literacy, et cetera.
Thank you, sir. Look forward to that very much. Thank you for the work.
Thank you, Freeman. Okay, moving along, report of the chair. I do not have a report from Chairwoman Benz, but I do, as the vice chair, have just one thing to add, and that is my heartfelt thanks for the work done by the selection committee for the superintendent role. So to Keith, Christine, Freeman, and Ron Key, and myself, we worked very well together, had a very objective approach to doing this, worked nights to do interviews, but we were able to all get everything done and worked well together in a what I would call a collaborative and honest environment. So we were very happy to present candidates to Alice that we were confident would do a good job, and she just needed to pick the one she thought would be the best. And so I just want to do a very public thank you to the selection committee for their hard work in going through this process, and then a job well done. Michael is, we're very excited about Michael joining this amazing team. So thank you. Any old business to be brought before? Any new business?
Motion to adjourn.
Hearing none. Motion to adjourn. Thank you. Second. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Take good care.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Thank you.